What is going on, guys? Floyd here, and I'm going to be doing a 6.13 patch notes. So we're going to start with champions. We're just going to work our way all the way down to upcoming skins. So first champion we got here is Blitzcrank. His rocket grab now pulls enemies 75 units in front of him rather than directly on top of him. Basically, this makes it easier to hit your power fist, and it makes it easier and more predictable for other people on your team to hit skill shots. And a bigger change to Blitzcrank is that his ultimate is now, instead of being a 30-second cooldown throughout the whole game, it is now a 60-second cooldown from the start, then 40 seconds, and then 20 seconds at level 3. Lulu, her base mana got a boost from 292 to 350. Her base movement speed also got a little bit of a boost by 5 points. Now, damage now falls off 70% against targets hit beyond the first. So for her Glitter Lance, basically it got a little bit of a nerf on the damage and a little bit of buff on the slow. So more for just the CC and the support, and less of the damage for the Lulu personally. Now the Tom Kench got a unique change. So instead of being more tank focused, they actually gave him a new passive. So passive and acquire and takes basic attacks and abilities deal, and then instead of percent max damage stat, like straight up, they gave him increasing percent max damage over at 1, 11, and 16. Tongue Lash got a little bit of a buff late game damage, and Thick Skin got a little bit of a nerf, like a big nerf. Like instead of taking 100% taking 100% of the damage taken to the gray health, now it only takes 70, 75, 80, 85, 80, 90, I mean. So basically what this means is you cannot gray health at like 1 health as Tom Kench and live, because it's only going to absorb 90% damage at level 18. So that is very, very good change to Tom Kench in my opinion. Thresh now gets souls from epic monsters. They drop 2. The AP scaling on Dark Passage was removed to the shield, and now souls give the shield bonus. So, gotta collect them souls, gotta get them big shields. Zyra, the amount of seeds dropped by her is significantly decreased, and that's basically it for Zyra. That's gonna make her easier to deal with in lane. Zillion, just a little bit of a bug change going down with him. Nar got a buff to his passive, to his boomerang range, and to his hyper damage, his W hyper damage. Irelia, of course, got another another nerf, this time to her ultimate. So basically one of the really strong points of Irelia was, hey, I'm going to spam this ultimate, let's chunk, and we're both going to back, and then now we're back in lane, and hey, I have my ultimate and you don't, so now I'm going to chunk you, and I'm going to win, and now I'm going to push a tower. That was really strong, so it basically nerfed the cooldown of it, made it so much higher, so much longer. It's very, very ridiculously long now. Jarvan got a buff this patch. His base shield is much lower, but the amount of the shield increased by champions around Jarvan is increased fantastically, just so much more than it was before. So instead of it being 60 at max rank, it's 100 at max rank. So if you're fighting in a 5v5 like you'd like to as Jarvan, you're going to get 500 health from that shield, plus your base 170. So that's 670 health onto a Jarvan. Tank Jarvan, that's really good, that's really hard to burn through. On 80 Jarvan, that's absolutely disgusting. That's like a boosted Bloodthirster throughout the whole roof. So Kindred, he got a little bit of a change. Not so much a nerf, but definitely a change to make him more of a skill-based champion, and less of, hey, I get jungle camps and then I kill you champion. Kind of really hard to deal with. They decreased his base armor, they increased his armor growth stat, and they gave his W instead of health, it's a slow now. Swain, they nerfed the cooldown of his ultimate. They raised it by half. So instead of being Swain and being in fights and turning on and off your ultimate and not really having to worry too much about that cooldown, it is now very, very vital that you pay attention to your Swain cooldown, your Swain ultimate cooldown, because you're only going to get it once a fight. So once it's down, and makes him so much more easy to deal with. Zyra, she just got some bug fixes. Her W and R were messing up a little bit. Trundle got a huge nerf to his base health regeneration stat. For some reason, they had it all the way up to 9.4. Who at Riot thought that was a good idea? They nerfed it all the way down to 6, which is fantastic for anyone who wants to play another champion than Trundle in the top lane. Twitch got some bug fixes to his ambush. Vladimir caught a little bit of a nerf, so it's not so much a nerf, it's more of a change, kind of like the way they did Tahm Kench. Instead of being hugely damage focused, hugely tank, hey, I'm going to build Spirit Visage first, and then you can't kill me and I'm going to heal you. This is more of a, hey, I need to build AP now. I can't go that first item. She's going to do more damage, but she's going to be less tanky and less hard to deal with. So she's more vulnerable and has a bigger chance to snowball. I think it's just a huge game health increase. Volibear is next. Volibear's damage on his W and the attack speed, so he just got some huge nerfs to everything that was strong about the champion early in his W. Ziggs got a little bit of a bug fix, so that's good stuff. Not worried about Hollowing Abyss. Some items, Ancient Coin got cooldown added to it, which is pretty great, and some gold changes to the item. Relic Shield so all the support items got a little bit of a buff, seems like, to me, trying to make those supports a little better. And Protobelt got a little bit of a nerf to the spellcast and channel time, so that's good stuff. Global experience pacing is pretty good stuff. Now you get that young sweet XP for placing down those wards, and here be the math, boys. So down to ranked emblems. Well, let's actually go to the dragons first. So dragons no longer display level, up visual or audio effects. So basically, dragons tell you what happens. Attack move. So fix a bug where an attack move command issued immediately after a move command. That was very broken on those 80 carries, and that's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Tier restrictions, they basically just added to where, hey, if you're challenger, you have to play with a master, or the lowest that you can possibly play with is Diamond 2, and I think this is really good for boosters, and it just keeps the game very even and very sweet and goodness. Ranked 5s are back, that's cool. They're doing it different, though. They're doing it as a sweet, sexy, timed, so you have to play ranked 5s at certain times during the day. Those times have not been released yet. Neither has ranked 5s. It will be released in scheduled windows. Some bug fixes happened. Nothing really too big. And then upcoming skins is Deep Sea Nami and Soul Sealer Vayne. The Soul Sealer Vayne skin, I've seen it as a Hextech crafting skin, and it looks pretty dope-arino, and Nami skins are always dope, boys. Hope you guys have enjoyed this so very much. If you did, please leave a like and down below. Leave me a comment about your favorite ice cream. Peace!